I had begun my 16th year of teaching and was placed at a high school in Fort Myers, Florida that was struggling. Students were not achieving proficiency on state testing. Teachers didn't know how to teach them the standards, and there was no vertical alignment of content, understandings, or skills that progressed up the grade levels. What was a teacher leader to do? The answer came through an opportunity called Florida Teacher Leader Fellows, a group of educators focused on improving our professional practice through collaboration and action research with the guidance of coaches from the Lastinger Center at the University of Florida. A light bulb went off in my head. It was a mission I had to accept. Change Agent Kozielski was on the case. Our first meeting of 40 Teacher Leader Fellows started in March 2016 in Tallahassee, Florida, as we first considered what the focus of each of our action research projects would be. The research question was, how does unpacking standards in a reflective PLC group inform instructional delivery in grades 9 and 10 English? This was the mission we'd been waiting for. This would allow us to unpack standards, identify foundational skills for grade 9, and set higher skills to build on those in grade 10. I had established a critical friends network of colleagues. They were all on board. Even administrators came in and gave us full support in our process. After working for months to prepare for this mission, we got a curveball. A new administrator was placed in charge of our school the week before school started. What were we going to do? We set out on our task, and he said, "I support you as well." So we began the task of unpacking standards, developing assessments that are standards-based, and looking at data so that we could see where our students' weaknesses and strengths were lying and what we needed to remediate in our classrooms. But then, out of the blue, our administration told us to stop using PLC time for vertical alignment, curriculum development, and unpacking standards. Now it was going to be used for training for STAR testing, an online remediation program students were now mandated to use in class daily. My colleagues and I were upset. The action research was over. What was I going to do? And my coworkers? Even they knew. Software programs don't teach kids like teachers can. This is where my Florida Teacher Leader Fellows and our UF coaches came to the rescue. Yes, my first action research was pretty much over, but it didn't mean the action research itself was. We had to come up with a new question, and then I would be able to move forward. My new question was, what are the successes and obstacles to teacher leadership within a data-driven traditional high school teaching environment? It wasn't ideal, and it certainly wasn't my first question, but it did allow me to track this change and whether or not it was going to be good for students. The focus was still student achievement, but the method was very different. Going from teacher to online software remediation programs. Would it get the results that administration hoped it would? In the end, with the new remediation software, there was a drop in student achievement. Only 42% of grade 9 students met proficiency in reading. Grade 10 saw a 6-point drop in gains, and the school grade remains a C. Through the help of the Teacher Leader Fellowship and the UF coaches, I really did find out there were successes and obstacles to teacher leadership. And by recognizing that and reflecting on the process that I went through, I really did learn a lot more about good instruction and helping my colleagues and my students to reach their goals. Change Agent Kozielski, your mission is complete.
Created using Powtoon.